We're continuing our series of myth busting that prenatal yoga is just restorative and stretching. And we're looking at a bunch of strengthening poses to help keep the pregnant body aligned for a more functional birth and help rehab the postpartum body. So we've looked at a bunch of standing strengthening. We looked at some strengthening on all fours, and now we're going to do some seated poses. Now for this, I have a block and a strap. You can use anything. Honestly, this is just my son's old Taekwondo belt that I tied a knot into, so you don't need anything specific. But the reason I chose this instead of a TheraBand is that I want something that's going to be more static, not going to stretch. So let's look at some strengthening poses while seated. So you can take the strap around your legs. Now, one of my favorite things about this strengthening pose, it's also great for pubic pain and SI pain. So my knees are hip distance, my hands are behind me, I'm sitting on a prop. I'm actively making sure that I'm not slumping and tucked under. So I'm just trying to keep a nice neutral pelvis. And then feet are parallel, and I'm actively just pressing my legs out. So it's an isometric movement because my legs aren't moving, but it's strong, so I'm actively pushing out, and I feel a lot of work in these outer legs, and it feels actually great for my lower back. So I'll do this for about 10 seconds, and then I'll rest, and then I'll repeat this. So I typically do this in class about 5 to 8 times. So I'll have the students count on their own in their head while breathing, about 10, and then take a rest. And then press out. And for this, I have yoga straps. And I'm going to do one more because I love how this feels. All right, so that's one of the strengthening, also great for lower back pain. Then we can take a block between the thighs. We'll actually have it pretty up close to the knees. So that was getting the outer legs. This is getting the inner legs. And now I'm pressing in. And same thing, about 10 seconds, about 5 to 8 times. And so you can try this at home. Let me know what you think. I definitely feel these adductors work, and this is also great for pubic pain and SI pain. All right, so let's keep going. And this next one is going to be for your psoas. Your psoas is that muscle that attaches to T12, that's thoracic 12. It runs down on the side of the spine, the lumbar. It goes into the pelvis, meets up with the front of the iliacus, and comes out here at the bottom of your pelvis. And we often call it the hip flexor. It attaches to your femur. And for many people, it is weak and tight. And when it's tight, it tends to pull the ribs forward. So we're going to do a pose that's going to strengthen this. So you can also do this in a chair, if that's better for you. I'm going to do it seated. Now, be careful when you're seated that you're not tucking under or spilling forward. So I always like to sit on a blanket or a bolster. All right, so I have a block out and my legs out. So I'm going to, one leg at a time, I'm going to keep one leg relaxed. I'm sitting well, my hands are next to me, and I'm just going to take my leg up and over. Now, if you find that you're rounding and you're having a really hard time, you could just lift and lower the leg, and you're still getting that psoas. Just make sure that you're not slumping. You could also just simply do this in a chair and lift and lower the leg. So I'm grounding this leg, and I'm just going to take the leg up and over. So I feel my psoas working, and I'm making sure that I'm keeping my spine nice and even. And then you could do the other leg. Now, what I'm going to notice in my body is that one leg is a lot easier. So this is getting your psoas on board. And again, trying to stay nice and even, not tucking under. So those are 3 strengthening poses that we can do seated. The next video will be how to do some of these strengthening on your side. Check that out.